The giant fist of Joe Louis announcing Detroit as the setting of our broadcast today. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
More than 40 years ago, the Oscar Robertson rule ushered in the new era of free agency in the NBA. In the last decade, players have taken personal agency. They've pulled up stakes and forced trades in search of an ideal environment. Now, sometimes for teams on the losing end of that, it's a bitter pill to swallow. But this is the new reality of the NBA. Kevin?
It is indeed, D.A. Thank you. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Pistons. On Monday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers. Then on Wednesday, they'll take on Marc Gasol and the Toronto Raptors.
And for their matchup with the Nets, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
Look at the 76ers starting group. The talented combo up front, Horford and Embiid. Simmons and Smith are your 1 and your 2. And it's Richardson in at the 3 slot. And for Detroit, on the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Reggie Jackson out there with Rose. And it's Snell in at the 3. Here's Rose. Clark up front. That's where the game will likely be won or lost in this one.
Great talent, no doubt, on the front lines here. But if for some reason they cancel each other out, then you know where it's going to be decided, in the backcourt with guys about your size, Kevin.
Now, wait a minute.
Well, what's not to like about Joel Embiid? Physical at over 7 feet tall, all the skill in the world, and a personality made for stardom.
One shot.
And Embiid, no good on that one. You talk about Embiid's personality, whether it's on the court or through social media. Greg, he's not shy speaking his mind.
One of the best trash talkers in the league. He doesn't hold back, but it's never personal. He's embracing the spirit of competition.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
So for the Pistons, their last game, a win against Atlanta. Smith, the pass to Simmons. Back to Smith. Takes a 3. The 76ers with another miss. The Pistons have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Rose. Second shot opportunity. And Griffin with the layup.
Yeah, and no one's ever questioned the desire. Griffin using his strength and explosiveness to make good on the second chance opportunities.
Now here is Smith. Outside, Simmons. Over Jackson. No good from Simmons.
Well, that's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
Pass to Drummond. He kicks it to Jackson. Ball's knocked loose. Shot from 12. Good as the jump shot falls. Jackson's got his second basket.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now, here's Richardson. He's coming off a 13-point game against Boston. And that'll be Philadelphia as it goes out of bounds. 76ers retain possession. Five on the clock. Embiid is at the elbow. From about 19 feet. Good on the bucket.
And, you know, pressure doesn't get to Embiid. Nice job there recognizing the shot clock was winding down.
Jackson, that's a two-pointer. Pistons keep it alive. Passes it to Snell. Now here's Jackson. 17 points for him last game against Atlanta.
And he also made his presence felt on the defensive side as well. 3 block shots were registered in that game.
Now here's Richardson following the miss by Griffin. The shot's good. And that'll tie this game up.
A remarkable interior presence. Horford's a veteran who still has those polished post moves.
And it's Rose. This time the assist by Jackson.
Griffin created the space for that shot.
The 76ers have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. High arcing shot. Horford kicks to Smith. Richardson outside. The 15-footer. It's Drummond with the rebound.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1-3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond.
That's good from Blake Griffin.
And guys, one thing that has been interesting to see since Blake Griffin came to Detroit is how he's developed as a leader, has come into his own with how he takes responsibility for the team's play.
Griffin hits them both. And with Griffin, we look at his time on the Clippers, and for most of his career, he was more of a second in command.
Coach Casey said last year early on that Griffin is the leader of this team, and Blake took it upon himself to step up to the challenge. Makes sense no matter how you look at it. He's their best player and needs to be one of the leaders.
Pistons leading by 4. Now Jackson. Here's the floater, and it's good on the layup. Jackson's got 6 points.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here is Smith. Pass to Horford. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
One of the things you've got to admire and respect about him is his aggressiveness at the offensive end, always in attack mode.
And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
The Pistons making a change here.
Mind the lane.
Morris is checked
Mind
in.
the lane. 1 shot.
Free throw good, Horford. And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and Greg, they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package.
In the corner, it's Richardson. Back to Simmons. Smith with it. And the pass to Horford. Rebound, Andre Drummond. Pass to Snell. Outside Jackson. Right at the free throw line. Simmons with the defensive effort.
and smothered him on that mid-range attempt.
As a defender, he's going to just be a bothersome, worrisome guy, making you miserable all night, a hand in your face on every jumper.
And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. It's a three-point game. And, guys, this is the first they're seeing of Philadelphia this year.
And this, the first of 3 games these two teams will play against one another this season.
Yeah, you know, these are two rival teams that will see each other a fair amount this season. We'll see which team can tip it off with a win.
Kicks it out to Richardson for the 3. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Now here's Jackson. He has 6. Passes to Snell. Morris outside. Hits the three-point bomb.
Boy, from the looks of it, it appears the defense is fine with him taking that shot, but he makes them pay when they do.
Simmons finds Horford. Simmons against Jackson. Simmons passes to Richardson. Shoots the 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
You got to recognize Simmons is a pass-first guy, which is why you can't leave somebody open around him.
And Rose wide open. He shoots. Does not score again. That's his 4th miss against 1 make.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Here's Simmons. Detroit with the rebound.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Pass to Embiid. Smith outside. Clock at 6. Over Morris. Smith no good. The Pistons trail it. 11 feet away. Rose, that's good.
There's no defense for that, guys. I mean, whenever Rose hits this shot, you just got to tip your hat to him and shake his hand.
And here is Simmons. He's still scoreless so far in 1. No good. Shot missing. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Rose against Smith. The second effort. And it's sent back by Horford. Here's Smith. The pass to Embiid. Horford up top. Dishes it to Richardson. Off target from outside. Detroit's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter.
You know, after the Sixers were knocked out in the second round for the second straight year, there was some speculation, and I think unmerited, whether Brett Brown might be let go as head coach. The players voiced their support and made the decision easier to bring him back, and I think it was the right one. He's done a fantastic job as the leader of the Sixers.
Now, here is Smith after the miss from Andre Drummond. And they double up Embiid. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And Philadelphia has possession. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. 6 points for Joel Embiid. And Coach Brown, Clark, captained the ship through some real rough times in the beginning.
And, you know, Kevin, I think for that reason and the job he's done here recently, he's earned the right to see this thing through. It's a result-oriented profession. I know that, and I understand it. But this is a team built to contend, and that's the expectation. And I'd like to see Brett Brown have a chance to bring it to full fruition.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
So for the Pistons, Christian Woods checked in for Andre Drummond. Luke Kennard comes in for Tony Snell. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Rose. Scotty's checked in for Philadelphia. Tobias Harris comes in for Josh Richardson. There's Galloway. His last outing, he had 8 points. Here's Wood, defended by Scott. Shoots, and it's blocked by Simmons. Now, here's Scott. He dishes it to Simmons. Pass to Smith. And the rejection by Jackson.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
1:35 left here in the opening quarter.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Wood. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Nice ball movement by Detroit. There's Jackson with the three. The shot, no good. Simmons with the defensive effort. Here's Smith. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And there's been some turnover in the Philly front office, but through it all, some bold moves.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, guys. First, the process, and we heard a lot about that as they were stockpiling draft picks and losing a lot of games. It was maybe the most drastic rebuild in NBA history, at least as I can recall.
Take a break.
Then new leadership in
in
Elton Brand, who's done an outstanding job pushing all their chips into the middle to go for it. Great credit to him for not sitting back. In both cases, a plan and a direction, and that's what you want from your organization.
That free throw missing. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Philadelphia. That one is no good.
Putting up a goose egg, bagel this period. At this point, you have to run the offense through somebody else. I mean, that's your only choice.
There's Galloway, defended by Scott. Galloway kicks to Jackson. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now here's Simmons. Over Morris. Here's Scott. Pass to Harris. The dish to O'Quinn. And the rejection by Jackson. A big-time effort for Joel Embiid, providing a lot of energy for the Philadelphia 76ers. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. Great rebounding. Back to the action after this word. A native of Cameroon, Joel Embiid talks about making a quick transition to the United States.
Not knowing English, obviously at the beginning, it was a little bit hard to express myself. Obviously, I can speak English perfectly now, so that's a plus, and I'm just being myself.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid's.
He's a fun-loving guy who's become a must-follow on social media. And the transition he's made has been remarkable.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take on the 76ers so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort, defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, Smith and Harris are out on the wing. Scott is out there with Kyle O'Quinn, and it's Simmons in at the point guard. Now here's Jackson. The shot's good from Griffin.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Simmons finds Harris. Back to Simmons. Pass to Scott. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Scott's got the lead up to 6 now for the 76ers.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Clark, it seems that guards are rebounding now more than ever. What do you make of that trend?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a function of how the game is played. More and more teams play small ball, where they really don't have a big guy out there or a traditional center out there. You may have guards and wings, and oftentimes your tallest guy might be 6'8". So it makes it important for guards and everybody to rebound the ball. So I think you see more guards getting more rebounds because of teams playing small ball as a function of the three-point shot's importance in the game.
James Ennis, he'll check in for the 76ers. And he's good on the second.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Harris dishes to Ennis. Kicks it to Smith. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Philadelphia.
Tell you what,
Take a
guys,
break.
they're
Take a
showing
break.
us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
He's off on the first. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Dan Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. But Casey's found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm." And that's what I've done. So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. Simmons. That misses off the backboard.
Yeah, I tell you what, for him, this has been a game to forget. But somehow they still find themselves with the lead.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
And shaking off the D like it isn't even there. Griffin's inside game is so advanced.
Detroit shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
Jonah Bolden's checked in for Smith. And Griffin no good on that one. The 76ers leading by 3. Bolden passes to O'Quinn, and Griffin sends it back. They get it back. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. And here are the 76ers now. Here's Ennis.
Come on.
And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Detroit Pistons. They'll defend home court against the Indiana Pacers. And then on Wednesday, they'll tip off a road trip in Toronto where they'll take on the Raptors. Six on the shot clock. Here's Bolden. It's good. The assist that time from Ennis. And the 76ers lead by 5.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Left side, Griffin. Outside for Jackson. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Harris looking it over. Here's Simmons. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Now it's a 7-point 76ers lead.
Excellent precision and focus from Simmons. Feeling nobody can guard him down on the block, and he's right most of the time.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
And he makes the first. And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
Drummond's checked in for the Pistons. Jackson hits both of them.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. And we know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
All right, a moment here to check out stats for Griffin. Last season, he played outstanding, checking in at about 24 points per, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. And he was their top scorer throughout last season.
Well, his teammates knew whenever they really needed a basket, just look his way.
To the paint, and stolen by Simmons. Goes up, and Simmons slams it in.
You know, what touch from the Australian native, Ben Simmons. I mean, he's so good at staying under control, even when facing physical contact.
Now here's Jackson. 10 points for him. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far. And so Simmons will bring it up for the 76ers. Leading by 5. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. So it's Detroit now, following the missed shot by Tobias Harris. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Clark, I'm going to get a little detailed here, but in terms of footwork in the post, who really impresses you?
Well, there are a number of guys, Kevin. I mean, you think about it. Kevin Durant is a lethal scorer and does a lot of his work off the dribble and in transition on pull-up threes. But when he is a post-up threat, and he does get posted sometimes, his footwork is superb, absolutely superb. Joel Embiid comes to mind, big fella with feet of a ballerina. Jokic does a great job with his feet, not nearly as athletic as Embiid or Durant. And then I would put Kawhi Leonard outside of a big guy. I mean, he's not a big guy in terms of position, but boy, he is very efficient down in the low post when he gets it there.
Good names. Tony Snell's checked in for Luke Kennard. Then for the 76ers, Al Horford's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. And Josh Richardson subbed in for Ben Simmons. Good on the second free throw. The 76ers leading by 4. Richardson kicks to Ennis. The pass to Harris. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his third foul of the game.
Already he's looking at his third foul. I think the coach will probably sit him down a quarter.
Rose, he's checked in for the Pistons. Jackson against Richardson. Over Jackson. Misses off the left iron.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
Drummond trying to get himself free. Goes back up. Outside for Jackson. The tray. The offensive rebound. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Selected 9th overall in the 2012 draft, Drummond's carved out a nice NBA career for himself.
It's his first trip to the line. Free throw, good. Drummond. Well, you look at the former All-Star Andre Drummond and the way he rebounds, Greg. He might be the best in the league in that department.
I mean, few players in the history of the league can go off for 20-plus rebounds on any given night. Drummond's one of them. Attacks the glass on the offensive end so well. His offensive rebounding, for me, sets him apart.
And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended, was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
You know, even after the trade from the Clippers to the Sixers, he continued to produce. I mean, everybody figured that Tobias Harris would have a good season led into free agency, and he didn't disappoint.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. And Harris, with his strong play last season, got a big payout because of it.
Yeah, and I think he earned it. And he'll continue to work hard to live up to the contract. But more importantly, I think he wants to be the best he can be, and that'll be his focus. And he'll have to adjust to teams adjusting more to trying to slow him down.
Second free throw, no good.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there.
Griffin kicks to Rose. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Drops in the layup for 2.
And, you know, Drummond has no problem playing through contact. He excels at using that strong body of his to fight through contact and finish.
Now, here's Richardson. He's got 6. Horford against Drummond. Three-pointer. Horford trying to free himself up. And it's Ennis that time on the assist by Horford. And the 76ers lead by 4. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. Pass to Griffin. He kicks to Snell. Four on the shot clock. From downtown. Gets a hand on it. Bolden pulls it in. The 76ers leading by 4. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, he was the third pick in the 2007 NBA draft, guys. Horford won 2 college championships at Florida back-to-back before entering the league.
And Clark, when you think back to your playing days in high school, what memories come to mind?
Well, just the fun of being able to have success all 4 years I was at St. Joseph High School in Cleveland, the way the city rallied around us my senior year when we had a chance to play for a state championship. Unfortunately came up short. The teammates and coaches and teachers that I had a chance to enjoy those 4 years with, all really fond, special memories for me.
That one is off. Markieff Morris is checked in for Blake Griffin. And the 76ers also making a change. Embiid, he's checked in for Jonah Bolden. And the second free throw, good. Now Rose. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Atlanta. Here's Jackson. Here's Morris. Got a hand on it, but they recover it. On the wing, Jackson. Richardson covering. 4 on the clock. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Up again. And it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. The 76ers leading by 5. Ennis dishes to Richardson. Back to Ennis. On the wing, Harris. Over Rose. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Harris has got the lead up to 7 now for the 76ers. Richardson against Jackson. Dishes it to Morris. And it's sent back by Horford. Now the 76ers on the break. Harris has got the ball. Rose with the block. Morris finds Jackson. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Scotty's checked in for Ennis. Richardson against Jackson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Reggie Jackson. Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Greggy's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And the 76ers making a change here. Smith has checked in. Both shots good from the stripe. Pistons trail by 9. Outside Rose. To stop the drought. That's good on the jump shot. Rose has got 6.
Boy, he's such a competitor, Derrick Rose. I mean, he just wouldn't be denied down low that time.
Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Back to Embiid. Lets the 3 fly. That shot no good. The Pistons go the other way with it. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
In that one, they owned the backboards. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
Plenty of heart and hustle in that regard. I mean, they made sure to hit the glass hard and often.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear, it's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Now here's Richardson. 8 points for him. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game. The Pistons making a change here. Kennard's checked in.
One shot.
Free throw off from Richardson. Where you start in the standings could be very different, Clark, from where you finish. As a team, what do you do to continue to improve as the season goes on?
I think it's a combination of little things and guys getting more familiar and more accepting of their roles. But I think it's always attention to detail, Kevin. That's really where teams make the most improvement, not forgetting the little things on a daily basis, the habits that produce winning over time.
And so it's Rose bringing it up for the Detroit Pistons. They trail by 9 points. 1:24 left to play here in the second quarter.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
Passes it to Harris. Back to Embiid. Pass to Smith. Shot clock at 5. Here's Richardson. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scorers from a season ago. Fourth, Joel Embiid.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
Here's Kennard. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. And there's the pass to Drummond. Rejected by Harris.
What a block from Harris. Terrific work there.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
And they double up Embiid. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Philadelphia with the ball. Scott the pass to Harris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. Richardson, no luck.
Well, I don't think he's performing up to his own expectations, but they still find themselves out in front.
Rose surveying the D. No good on the last second attempt there. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Philadelphia ahead as they end the second quarter on a 12-4 run. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
We played. And I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace. That's what we've been talking about. And I thought our defense, for the most part, was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finish. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. In the second quarter, they made it look easy. They played well at both ends of the court, and suddenly they're sitting on a 9-point lead here at halftime. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. You know, I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. As a matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
Kenny, what'd you think about Detroit?
Poor efficiency on offense. That's what jumps out at me. You aren't going to win many games shooting under 35%. Bad shot selection, too much one-on-one play, not finishing with authority. Now, these are correctable errors. They could choose to come out in the second half and completely flip that script.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. One of the stories here, Reggie Jackson getting it done today.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Philadelphia leading by 9. At the forward positions, Snell and Griffin. Derrick Rose is out there with Jackson. And it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. They're the group for Dwayne Casey starting the second half.
And when he gets ahead of steam, you almost feel sorry for defenders. Ben Simmons, a combination of size, speed, and ball handling that can at times be unstoppable.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. No good on the free throw. And with his passing and driving ability, Greg, Simmons is like combining a power running back in football with a pinpoint passing quarterback. Not much he can't do.
Kevin, a football metaphor is appropriate. Simmons grew up playing Australian rules football, and the physicality and quick thinking of that sport really reflected in his style of play.
Here's Snell. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Rose finds Jackson. Shoots over Embiid. Jackson misses.
Oh, just everything right about that crossover. Just didn't have anything left there for the finish.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's Jackson after the made shot from Joel Embiid. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Embiid.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. No luck that time either.
You know, guys, it's not surprising to hear that Joel Embiid gets a lot of inspiration from Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon. Both came to the game late. Both represent the continent of Africa. And Embiid really kind of modeled his game after Hakeem, and that's a heck of a model.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, in Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. The Pistons hadn't won a playoff game in more than a decade. Still not the result they want in 2019. The Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
We sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much. And when he first came to America, what a great story this is. Embiid's coach in Cameroon sent him a DVD of Hakeem's highlights.
And that was a good start for Embiid, and good work by you, Kevin, to dig up that factoid. Very nicely done. But you're right, Embiid said he watched that tape every day for 3 years, and you can see evidence of him watching that tape and how he plays.
Detroit on D after Ben Simmons' bucket. And it's sent back by Drummond.
A high motor keeps Drummond engaged defensively. He doesn't want to let any shots go in. I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Here's Simmons, following the basket by Blake Griffin. Simmons passes to Horford. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Horford's got the lead up to 13 now for Philadelphia.
And the jump shot of Al Horford, cash, money, all the time. Got to D him up or you pay the price.
Rose finds Jackson. And a miss there on the triple.
He's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage junk there.
Here's Richardson. Knocks down the 10-footer. Richardson's got 12 in the game.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Rose against Smith. Rose kicks to Griffin. He doesn't hit that one. Good work defensively by Horford.
Clearly out of rhythm now, guys. I mean, just 1 for 5 to begin the second half.
Do you think it helps the pace of the game with the NBA recently modifying the shot clock rule that after an offensive rebound, it doesn't go back to 24, it goes now to the new number, 14 seconds.
Well, I really like the rule because you don't have to bring the ball over the half-court line, which is 8 seconds, so it makes sense, and it does speed up the game, in my opinion.
The first free throw is good.
Tell you what, when Joel Embiid is healthy, this dude is a super effective player, a polished big man with an arsenal of post moves and shots. He's a handful down there.
Christian Woods checked in for Detroit. Langston Galloway comes in for Reggie Jackson. James Ennis, he'll check in for the 76ers. And Embiid drops them both. Second half here, we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Griffin against Horford. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for the 76ers. He doesn't get the second one. Now the 76ers with it. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. They get the rebound. Horford. And it's sent back by Drummond. Now Detroit moving it up. Galloway, no good.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Now, here's O'Quinn after the miss from Andre Drummond. Scooped up. Horford, good. Horford's got 4 points this quarter.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
Here's a look at some stats for Al Horford. He had a strong showing last season. He put up about 13 points a game last season, 6 rebounds and 4 assists.
Even though his numbers have been more than solid, I think he'll want to step his game up to another level.
Yeah, and you know, on paper, those numbers are terrific. Most players would be thrilled with those numbers, but as good as they are, I know this guy expects more of himself.
Now here's Griffin, 11 points in the game. 6 to shoot, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Philadelphia?
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets, and there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
I've been impressed with how well they penetrated tonight, too.
That one is off. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. Now the 76ers with it. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Here's Ennis. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Ennis has got 5 points so far.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
Now here's Rose. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
This is what Drummond is known for, fellas. I mean, assertive, aggressive, relentless, hard-working. He's just a dogged offensive rebound.
Here's Horford. He's got 12. Here's Simmons. And oh, he jams it right over Andre Drummond. Wow!
Really can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. I mean, his confidence just rises when he slams it down like that.
Rose passes to Drummond. Here's Wood. Griffin inside, guarded by Horford. That shot by Griffin, no good.
The defense made an impact right there. Definitely got him uncomfortable going up with it.
Smith with it. And it's sent back by Drummond. They retain possession.
And how about the numbers on Andre Drummond? Coming off a terrific season. First in rebounding, 8th in steals, and he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And getting back to the fact that he led the league in rebounding, you know how hard that is? What a tremendous asset to the team. No good on that one. Kennard, he's checked in for the Pistons. Philadelphia also making some changes. Jonah Bolden's checked in for Horford. And Tobias Harris subbed in for Smith. And he sinks the second. Here's Galloway. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Griffin dishes to Drummond. Rebound by the 76ers. Bolden's got his 4th rebound in this one.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Detroit with the ball. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Here's Harris, and it's blocked. Outside Griffin. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Ben Simmons.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Blake Griffin hits them both. Here's Simmons. He's got 10. The feed now to O'Quinn. Back to Simmons. Out left to the wing. Just 4 to shoot. Wide open shot is on the money. O'Quinn's got 5 points now this quarter.
And with Simmons, you get it all. I mean, the shooting, the rebounding, and the passing.
Clark, you look at Ben Simmons. Is he the best Australian-born player ever?
Well, you've got to remember now, Kevin, and you would know this from your research, Kyrie Irving was actually born in Australia, lived there for a couple of years, and still has dual citizenship. So I'll leave that one to the fans to debate. Irving or Simmons as the best from Australia.
Here's Bolden. And here's Ennis. He has 5. Makes it off the glass. Ennis has got his 3rd basket of the night.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Now here's Drummond. He's got 7. A second chance effort, and it's blocked by O'Quinn. Pass to Ennis. On the wing, Harris. And it's denied. Outside Griffin. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
Now here's Ennis. He has 7. Got a piece of it, but he recovers it. Harris inside the line. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on it.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first. For the Pistons, Morris comes in for Blake Griffin. And Tony Snell subbed in for Christian Wood. And then for Philadelphia, Mike Scott comes in for Kyle O'Quinn. And it's Korkmaz in for Ennis. No good on the second free throw. Philadelphia has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Korkmaz, no good with the triple. And it's Galloway with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Passes it to Korkmaz. Kicks to Simmons. He can't get that one to fall. And Detroit the other way now. Now here's Drummond. He's got 7. Morris outside. Back to Drummond, looking to end his cold spell.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Ben Simmons. Great showing for him last season. Put up about 17 points a game, 7 assists, and 9 rebounds. And playing with the reserves, he might not get the minutes he'd like, but it's that hunger to improve.
Well, you know, he stated that he wants to improve, but until that actually happens, he'll continue to come off the bench.
And the first one drops. Jackson, he's checked in for Langston Galloway. And the 76ers also making a change. Embiid's checked in. And so he hits both. 1:20 left here in the third quarter. And Simmons kicks to Harris. Pass to Embiid. Rebound collected by Snell. And, well, Detroit shooting the ball poorly, just 28%. Jackson passes to Kennard. To the inside. Here's Drummond. Doesn't go that time. Nice D from Scott. 76ers shooting 43% from the floor. They get it back. Here's Embiid. Simmons trying to get open. And Embiid throws it down.
Boy, Embiid wants to own the inside on both sides of the floor. He is a force in the paint and relishes hitting those boards.
Here's Kennard. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Drummond finds Jackson. Back to Drummond. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. That one on Embiid.
Shooting two.
That free throw, no good. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
Boy, is he really getting after it here in the second half, just drawing a ton of fouls.
You know, for a big guy, Joel Embiid's floor awareness is pretty impressive. He does a pretty good job of finding open guys.
Now Jackson. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Jackson's got 15 points. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Back right after this. And from the most recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Dwayne Casey.
All we got to do is move the basketball. The ball will find the right person. All right? Get it from side to side. Don't force it.
Greg, you can tell he wants his guys to work harder specifically in how they pass the ball.
I mean, it's just basic basketball. When you swing the ball around, the floor is going to open up.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Mike Scott out there with Joel Embiid. Then there's Trey Burke. Then there's Richardson. And it's Neto in at the 1.
Shooting two.
That free throw, no good. We've seen some ugly incidents last few years, Clark, between players and heckling fans. Can anything be done to fix it?
I think security in the arenas is important. Fans oftentimes that go across the line in interacting with players are usually fueled by alcohol. I don't know how you could control that element of it. The incidents are few and far between. We have seen a few more, but I still don't think it's an epidemic. But I think security, and then each team and each franchise should really be educational with its fans about what's acceptable behavior and what won't be tolerated.
Detroit with the ball. Philadelphia able to drain the 3. And stolen by Burke. Now the pass to Embiid. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And the Pistons with possession. Frazier scanning the floor. Pass to Morris. The kick out to Frazier. Just 5 on the clock. The feed to Maker. Good, and it's Frazier who picks up the assist.
This is where Maker has to become more comfortable. We all know he can shoot, just needs a better interior game.
Passes to Embiid. That one goes in.
An elite scorer, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up.
And so it's Frazier who'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Pass to Doumbouya. Clark, it feels like we're seeing more and more of this, but bench celebrations and reactions at both college and pro levels.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? I think it's an outgrowth of the social media platform.
You're right. I agree.
I think there's no question because anything that can be done that's creative and fun is going to find a life on social media and maybe go viral. And guys know that. They're aware. I mean, this generation has grown up with social media. So they understand that they could be seen beyond just the arena if they do something pretty clever.
And you and I are sitting over here watching. We're laughing as much as anybody else, aren't we?
Oh, I'm not denying that it's fun. I love seeing it, actually. But on occasion, it does get a little carried away.
And, well, Detroit shooting just 29% in this game. They are not a pretty sight out there offensively. Here's Morris. And it's blocked by Scott. Here's Embiid. He kicks to Burke. Scott dishes to Burke. And Maker sends it back.
And the difference Maker has on this end, love whenever he gets up to swat shots back. And, you know, even though they're on top, they're winning. I mean, they could use more from him, trying to shut the door on this one.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Now here's Brown. The pass to Morris. Over Richardson. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Brown.
Kevin, that's beautiful. With the guy all over him, the fadeaway was about the only option he had, and he cashed in on it.
Richardson the pass to Embiid. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Richardson against Brown. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Yeah, you know, he's one of the toughest matchups in the game without question. Embiid is excellent at staying aggressive when he's hot.
Now, here's Doumbouya. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Clark, the two-way contract, a relatively new invention that gives players time in both the G League and the NBA.
I love it, Kevin, because it's another pathway for those aspiring to be NBA players to have a legitimate shot to make their dream come true. The G League is just a notch below the NBA in terms of overall talent.
2 shots.
And so I love the fact that players who desire to be pros can have a pathway to get to the NBA by being part of the G League as well.
And these G League players are having an impact, aren't they? They're making a difference on a lot of teams.
40% of the players in the league have spent some time in the G League, so it speaks to the impact the G League has on the NBA.
And the Pistons making a change here. Woods checked in. Then for the 76ers, Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Joel Embiid, and it's Ennis in for Richardson. He hits the second from the line. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Burke kicks to Scott.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Straight frustration right there, and I agree with you. Self-control of your emotions, a must-have if you're going to play winning basketball.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. Burke can't get it to go. For Detroit, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Clark, you and I are amazed at how the global interest of the NBA has just gone through the roof. The league has made a lot of right moves, I think, in this area.
They sure
Shooting
have,
two.
Kevin. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the international reached through what coaches in this country have done in teaching the game and promoting the game. Not just coaches, but players as well. I think there's something about the game of basketball that just really transcends cultures. The pace of the game, the personality of the players, the creativity of the game, all of that lends itself to being so popular globally.
That one is no good. Philadelphia dictating the flow to the middle. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
First one falls for him. So he makes one of two as the second one misses. Clark, do you think we in the media overemphasize championship rings when talking about an individual player's legacy?
Yeah, I think when you talk about an individual player's legacy, a player can be a champion without a championship ring. I know there's another level of champion which includes a championship ring, and sometimes it gets distorted in my estimation because an individual only has so much impact on a team being a championship team. There are no individual team champions. Teams win championships. Being a key player or a role player on a championship team is certainly worthy of recognition and being held in high esteem, but I don't like to see championship caliber players being diminished in the court of public opinion because they didn't win a team championship ring.
Like Stockton and Malone.
Exactly. You could go down the list, a number of guys who just weren't, for whatever reason, able to get the ultimate in a team championship, but had championship Hall of Fame careers.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. Clark, do you think the NBA should consider expanding the use of replay? I know you personally hate to slow the game down, but you also want the calls to be correct.
Well, it depends on the circumstances, Kevin. I like the fact that replay is available and it helps enhance the ability of the officials to get calls correct. Expanding the use of replay, though, has to be done very judiciously. There are a couple of areas, goaltending would be one, where you take a look to see if that's the case. But I think flow of game takes priority over trying to get every single call right just because you think technology gives you a chance to do that.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And he can't get the first one. And he's good on the second. And it's Frazier with the ball for the Detroit Pistons. Kicks it to Maker. Inside. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Neto finds Burke. Hits it from three-point range. Burke's got 6 points in the quarter. Here is Frazier. Clark, we've had sponsors on the uniforms for a couple of seasons now. Do you think everyone's grown used to seeing them?
Yeah, I think it's a normal part of the landscape, and it will take a little more time. I've noticed them myself as I've watched games. We're certainly a far cry from looking like NASCAR drivers, which I think is a good thing. You want them to be done visibly, but not overdone.
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing.
The skill set package that Maker has is intriguing. A long, lanky, big guy who can shoot it and rebound. I think he just needs to focus on being more consistent.
And the 76ers making a change here. Korkmaz is checked in. Good on the second free throw. And the 76ers with possession. They're on a 14-6 run. Pass to Neto. Rebound, Detroit. Wood's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Doumbouya. It's blocked. O'Quinn with it. Bolden passes to Ennis. Here's Neto. Frazier covering, and it's blocked. But they get it back. Doumbouya kicks to Wood. And here's Frazier. Second chance shot. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Taking it up strong against size. He does not lack for confidence.
That's well done there. I mean, don't even give him a chance to get to the block. Get in tight and finish at the rim.
1 shot.
Free throw no good for Frazier. Clark, here's kind of an interesting perspective question for you. How much of making it to the NBA is talent? How much of it is the work you put into it?
Kevin, if I were to give this a ratio, I would probably say 65% talent, 35% work ethic, because you have to have a level of unique giftedness to be an NBA player. Many can work really hard and not be NBA caliber. So I think there's, I tilt that 65-35 talent to work ethic.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Here's Wood. Back to Frazier. Clock at 6. Brown outside. Doumbouya passes to Maker. That one doesn't go.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And O'Quinn kicks to Ennis. Back to O'Quinn. Over Frazier. O'Quinn can't hit. Detroit's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Passes it to Wood. And Doumbouya now top the key. And the foul called on Korkmaz. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Clark, when you think of athleticism specifically, talk about the changes athletically we've seen in the league, say, since the 80s.
It's dramatically different. I mean, there have been tremendous athletes through every decade of the league's existence, but it's gotten better with improved training and more knowledge about the anatomy of the body and how to enhance its performance. But now it seems like great athletes are, you know, a dime a dozen versus 8 to a dozen back in the 80s.
Scotty's checked in for Philadelphia. Burke comes in for Ennis. And he's good on the second. And it's Burke with the ball for Philadelphia. Pass to Scott. Now here's Burke. And he banks in the layup. Burke's got 8 points here in this quarter.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
Here's Neto. There's the pass to Burke. The floater. It's deflected. Frazier outside. Last season, the NBA announcing the launch of a league in Africa, along with FIBA. Clark, what do you think of that move?
I think it's another example, Kevin, of the globalization of the game and the NBA's intentional, purposeful way of expanding and continuing to grow the game for the sake of the business of basketball, which is a game that obviously you and I love.
And Clark, we see so many foreign players come into the NBA and play well. Not just play, but play well.
Yeah, and not just Africa, although
right.
a number of players from Africa, but a number of different countries have signed on. It could make for a more exciting league.
Shot clock at 2, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling, and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the 76ers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Greg, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Joel Embiid.
Boy, from a scoring standpoint, he was absolutely sensational. Made the game look easy tonight.
And the second free throw, good. Clark, there are strong divisions and there are weak divisions. And the NBA might be considering removing divisions altogether and having only 2 conferences. What do you think?
You know, that's interesting. I like the divisions because that's what we've been accustomed to, but just having straight conferences, I wouldn't see much harm in that. You'd adjust the schedule accordingly in terms of how many games you play within the conference and how many times each opponent, but I think that could work.
Here's Korkmaz. Scott up top. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And that one misses. So he comes up empty, missing both. And Detroit has possession. Pass to Wood. 29 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
And, guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
Now here's Burke. And it's blocked by Brown. Now Doumbouya. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.